Hello folks, this is Tom Martin. This is my lottery strategy game, Decoding the Powerball. I'm picking my numbers for the drawing on June 21st, 2017. I have 7 strategies with my game, Decoding the Powerball. So strategy number 1, the game card color code. Okay, so if you've never seen my videos before, this is what I call the game card. This represents all 69 of the white balls in the Powerball lottery. Okay, so how this works is when the drawing goes off, I put the results right over here. Okay, and I do it because this is my color code right here. Okay, so here's where I get the colors from. Okay, so the last drawing, you can see that it was 10 orange. All right, so now for this drawing, it's going to be 10 red. Okay, so you can see the 10 over here. So all 3 of these last drawings are all red numbers. Okay, then there's orange, green, blue, and purple. So once the red number is established, it's there. Okay, so I can't replace it with anything. So that's why I need to add more colors down the line here. So I have more orange than red, more green than orange, and more blue than purple. Okay, and up here tells me how many colors there are represented on the game card here. So there's 14 red, 15 orange, 11 green, 16 blue, and 13 purple. Okay, so if this 10 were to come up in this drawing here, June 21st, then I would put it over here as 10 red. Okay, so I keep track of how many colors come up in a drawing. Okay, so this last drawing had 4 colors. And then 4, 3, 3, 4. Okay, so over here, there's been 140 color code drawings, and 78 have been just 3 colors, and 55 have been just 4 colors. Okay, since all 5 colors hardly ever come up together, it has come up once so far in 140 drawings. So I tried to guess what color won't be coming up. Okay, so for this drawing, I'm going to guess that the purple numbers won't be coming up. So I'll eliminate the purple numbers off of this game card, and that means that I don't believe that they will be coming up in the drawing. Okay, so I wanted to point out these numbers over here. Okay, so basically this 8 shares the square with this 16. Okay, and what I mean by that is, what I do is I just keep track of groups of numbers. Okay, so if I were to eliminate just this row right here, I would be telling you that I don't believe that the 32, 24, 16, the 8, and the 66 won't be coming up in the drawing. Okay, so I believe that the longer that you watch the video, the more things will make sense to you on these numbers over here and how they share the square. Okay, so it's off to the next strategy. Strategy number 2, the individual numbers. Okay, so here in the individual numbers, how this works is over here is the last drawing, the results of the last drawing. Okay, so you can see that the 62 was orange. Okay, so this is the master grid up here of all the numbers. So you can see the 62, and I colored it orange because the 62 was orange. So you could go back and you could see what colors the 62 were. Okay, and I don't know if you haven't seen red or something like that in a long time, then maybe red would be due to come up. So I like to point out that the 60s are a group, the 50s are a group. Okay, so altogether there's 7 groups here. All right, so I have here how many groups hit, and this last drawing had 4 groups. Okay, the 10 and the 13 is a group, the 32 is a group, the 53 is a group, and the 62 is a group. Okay. Okay, so I reduced the card down so you can see all 7 groups. Okay, so remember that there's only 5 white winning Powerball numbers in the Powerball lottery. Okay, I'm not any concerned about the red ball right now. Okay, I'm just trying to guess the 5 white balls. Okay, so again, there's 7 groups here and 5 winning Powerball numbers. So 2 groups won't be able to come up. So I try to guess which one of these groups won't have a winning Powerball number to it. Okay, so for this drawing, I'm going to guess that it's the 23. And mainly because it's been so hot, I just think that there's going to be just 3 hits here in these 5 drawings. So I'm going to eliminate the 20 numbers off of the game card. Okay, so here's the game card again, and remember it represents the 69 white numbers of the Powerball lottery. Okay, so the reason why I eliminated the purple numbers is because purple had a run of 5 here, okay, and they had a pretty good run here and a pretty good run here, so I just think that there'll be no purple numbers on the next drawing. Okay, so I eliminated those, and now I don't think that any 20 numbers will come up in the drawing. So I'm going to eliminate the 20 numbers as well. So I got the 25 already. Now the reason why the 25 is out there like that is because it shares the square with the 65 here. Okay, so if I were to eliminate this whole box, I would eliminate the 25 and the 65. Okay, so the reason why I have it out here is because of the color code. All right, so the 25 was purple and the 65 is blue. Okay, so if I want to get rid of the purple numbers like I did, it has that separation. Okay, so try not to get too confused over that. Just remember that I'm just keeping stats on groups of numbers. Okay, so off to the next strategy. Strategy number 3, the 50-50 picks. Okay, so here what I call the 50-50 picks. Okay, I keep stats on whether the majority of the 5 numbers were odds or evens. Okay, and high and low. I also have left and right and a thing called blue and red. Okay, so the first thing over here is there's been 178 drawings so far. Okay, and the odds have the majority at 88 times, and evens have the majority 90 times. Okay, so I keep track of every 5 drawings here, and out of the this 5 drawings, the majority were odd numbers. Okay, then odds, evens, evens. Okay, so you can see the pattern of every 5. Okay, so now I'm up to 3 drawings here. Okay, so now I got to predict what this 5 is going to be. Okay, so right now I'm thinking that it's going to be evens. Okay, so what I'm thinking now is that the majority of the numbers will jump to odds and then it will jump back to evens is what I'm thinking now. So for this next drawing coming up, I think that there's going to be more odd numbers than even numbers. Okay, so for the highs and lows here, you take a quick look at the history of things here. Okay, had a bunch of low, high, low, high, low, high, low. So I think that it's going to be high. Okay, I think the next 2 are going to be high, and I think that the majority of these 5 drawings will be high. Okay, so I'll show you the history of the left and right and the red and blue. All right, so you can see that over here on the left and right had a pretty long run of left, and over here the red has had a really long run here. Okay, so when it comes to the majority of things, again, the left has hit 88 times and the right has hit 90 times, and over here the red is 104 and blue is 74. Okay, so for this drawing here, I think it's going to go to the left side. So I'm saying that the majority of the numbers will be to the left side. And over here, I think it's going to be blue. Okay, so the majority hopefully will be in this blue area. Okay, so since I think it's going to be the majority to the high side and the left side and the blue side, I think there's going to be at least 2 numbers here in this section. Okay, so I'm off to the next strategy. Strategy number 4, picking the numbers I hope will miss from group 1. Okay, so here's how group 1 works. Okay, so I divided these numbers into 4 different color groups, and I keep stats on these groups. Okay, so down here in the red section, this one means that one of the winning 5 white Powerballs landed in this red area on the last drawing. And that number was number 10. Okay, so as you look down here for the stats of things, you can see this the orange section had a 0. Okay, so there was no winning Powerball numbers that landed in this orange area. Okay, so when a 0 does come up, I mark it up here. Okay, So this orange column has 47 zeros throughout it, okay? So the strategy is to go through all these 15 option cards and try to guess where a zero is going to be, okay? And then eliminate that off of the game card. Okay, so here, when it comes to it, you can see that there's 2 zeros here. Usually, like 90% of the time, there's a red mark after it, okay? Meaning that there's going to be a hit. So when I'm done eliminating all the numbers I'm going to eliminate off of the game card, I'm going to come back and I'm going to pick numbers. Okay, so since I think that there's going to be the majority of the numbers here in this orange area, okay? And I do believe that there's going to be more in the blue area than the red from the 50-50 picks. And I got 12 hits in a row here in this green section. I think that I'm going to eliminate the green numbers off the game card because I don't believe that this will be coming up. And I think that this will have a 0 and a blue mark above it here. So I'm going to go to the game card and I'm going to eliminate all those numbers off of the game card. Okay, so here's the game card and I'm going to eliminate that green area. Okay, so the 53 shares the square with the 69 here. So I'm going to eliminate that as well. And again, just remember I'm keeping stats of groups of numbers. Okay, so off to the next strategy. That is strategy number 5, picking the numbers I hope will miss from group 2. Okay, so here's the group 2 numbers. So you can see that they're divided into 8 different groups of numbers here. Again, there's only 5 white winning Powerball numbers, so 3 of these groups won't be able to have a winning Powerball number to it. Okay, so how this works, I'm going to point out the red section here. Okay, so here's the stats for red. You can see a 0. That means that none of the 5 white winning Powerballs landed in this red area. And this 2 means that, of course, 2 of the winning Powerballs landed in this red area. So the strategy is to try to guess where the 0 is going to be. Okay, so I have 15 of these option cards here. Okay, so what I like to try to do is, I know that there's going to be 3 zeros here. All right, and I try to pick 1 0 and move on to the next option card. Okay, so to help me make a decision on where I think these zeros are going to be, I keep the stats here, of course, right? And they're read from left to right, top to bottom. Okay, so I'm right here right now. All right, so the thing is why you see these red areas and blue areas, if the majority out of these 5 drawings, if the majority are hits, then I color it red for hot. If the majority are zeros, I color it blue for cold. Okay, so down here, you can see that the last drawing, the last 5 had 4 red marks to it. Okay, and before that there was 3, and then there was 5, and then there was 4, then there was 4, 4, 4, 4. Okay, so now I try to predict how many are going to come up here. Okay, so far I got 1 red mark right here, and that's it. Okay, so as you look at this option card here, I said I thought there was going to be the majority of the 5 numbers will be over here on the left side. Okay, so that means that there's at least 3 out of the 5 over here. Okay, so that means that there's 2 numbers over here, maybe. Okay, so and there's 4 columns. So 2 of these columns won't be able to have a winning Powerball number to it. Okay, so that's going to help me make a decision on where I think the 0 is going to be here. Okay, so for me, I think the 0 is going to be right here. So if I think a 0 is going to be here, then I go up and I see what it is. It's purple. So I don't think that any of the winning Powerballs are going to land in this purple area. So I go to the game card and I eliminate all the purple numbers on the game card, which are these 2 that are left. So I'll eliminate these off of the game card, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully those numbers won't be coming up. Okay, so again, I thought the majority would be over here, and I thought the majority would be in the blue area. Okay, so also to help me make a decision whether it's going to be a 0 here or not, I look at the pattern here that it creates. Okay, and I try to guess where that 0 is going to be. Okay, so for this pattern here in the red section, you can see that there was a lot of hits here. Okay, so I tried blowing things up and stuff like that, but what I came up with is a different view of this group 2. Okay, so it looks like this. Okay, so you can see all these hits here. All right. So now what I do is I keep track of every 5 drawings. Okay, in that that column. Okay, and now I can see what's going on here. Okay, easily. Okay, so the zeros pop right out, the hits pop right out. Okay, so I'm over here right now. So now I'm going to try to predict if this is going to be blue or red. Okay, so that just makes it easier for me. Now it's just a 50-50 guess. It's always been a 50-50 guess. Okay, so blue means that it's a miss, it's a 0, and red means that it's a hit. Okay, so I also look at things, this 5 across here, this, and I see what the majority is. So for the last 5, it was the majority 4 red, so you can count them out, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that helps me make a decision as well. Okay, so now I'm trying to guess what this is going to be. All right, so I think that it's going to be a 3. All right, and it's probably going to be blue. All right, so I think that there's going to be a blue one here or there. Okay, so if it's red here on this drawing, for this drawing, I'm definitely going to guess that it's going to be blue. Okay, so as I go through, I marked this number 4 that I thought it was going to be red. Okay, so I'm still looking for blues right now. Okay, things that I think that are going to miss. So I'll see if I have anything in this blue section. I think I do, number 9 here. All right, so I think that this is going to be a 0 right here. All right, so I'm going to go to the original group 2, and I'm going to find number 9. And I don't believe that these blue numbers are going to come up, so I'm going to eliminate them off of the game card. So it's 2, 27, 16, 21. So that's gone, that's gone, that's gone. And the only one that's left is this 59. So I'll eliminate that too. Okay, so every number that I eliminate, and I'm correct in doing that, just really reduces the odds on the ones that I have left. Okay, and the last one I'm going with is this grade number 1. So again, I go back to the original group 2. And I find number 1, and I eliminate all the gray numbers off of it. Okay, so here's option card number 1, and here's the gray numbers. So I'll see if I have any left on the game card, and I do. It's the 15 and the 31. So I'll eliminate those. And that's all I'm going to eliminate. So now it's time to go off to the next strategy. Strategy number 6, picking the numbers I hope will hit from groups 1 and 2. Okay, so I'm back in group 1 again. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for those 2 blue marks in a row. Okay. And here it is right here. Here's one of them anyway, so we'll see if there's more. But I'm going to predict that one of these orange numbers will be coming up. So I'm going to go to the game card and write those down off to the side. What's left on the game. Okay, so here I am at the game card, and the numbers that came up were the 3, 9, 33, and 44. Okay, so I'm going to go back to group 1 and see if there's any more of those double blue marks. And there's not. Okay, so now I'm off to group 2 to pick from those. Okay, so here's option card number 1 in group 2. So I'm going to go down and take a look at things. All right, so remember I thought there was going to be more hits to the left side than the right side. Okay, so the one that stands out to me the most is this blue area. Okay, so you can see that there's been a bunch of single hits in a row here. So I think that this is going to double up right here. Okay, so I'm going to look at the blue area and see what's left on the game card. Okay, so it's this 10, 18, 58, and 68. Okay, so again, this is what I mean by keeping track of groups of numbers, okay? And how this shares the square with the 58 and the 68. Now I have to consider both of these numbers. Okay, so something I wanted to point out is this option card number 5. All right, so these numbers over here to the side, they tell me how many columns the Powerball numbers landed into. Okay, so this last drawing there was 4 columns, and I'll point them out. It was this one, the blue, the green, the purple, and the brown. Okay, so 4 columns got hit, 4 columns got missed. Okay, so for the last 3 drawings, you can see it was 4, 3, 4, then a bunch of 4s, 3, 4, 3, 2, 4, 4. Okay, 4, 3, 4. Okay, so here's a 5 right here. It hasn't come up in a very long time. And you can see the other columns. 5 comes up here, here, here. Okay, so 5 usually comes up all the time here. So it hasn't come up in a very long time. So I think it has a very good chance of coming up for this coming drawing. Okay, so when I pick my numbers, I want to hit. I want the numbers to represent 5 different colors here. Okay, so one more thing I wanted to show you about this part over here to the right side. All right, this last drawing it hit 5 columns. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so the reason why it's red is because the majority of the 5 balls were over here to the left side. So again, if the majority is to the left, I color it red. If the majority of the 5 balls is to the right, I color it green. Okay, so for this one, I think that it's going to be green right here. All right, so I think the majority of the balls will be over here, and I think that 1 or 2 balls will be over here. Okay, so what I'm trying to guess is which one is going to hit, and I think it's going to be this yellow one. So I go up to the yellow and I see what's left on the game card. Okay, so there's nothing here. Okay, and over here it's the 44 and 52. Okay, so I got the 44 twice here, so maybe that 44 will be coming up in this next drawing. Okay, to help me choose more numbers, I'm going to go back to the second view of group 2. All right, so I think that there's going to be a lot of hits in this yellow area. Okay, the 8, 10, 11, 13, 14, and 15. Okay, so I'll go to the original. So I think the 4, 9, 20, 65, that one of those numbers might come up. So there's the 4, 9, 20's gone, so I'll take the 65. Shares the square with the 25, but that's already gone. Okay, it's also the 36, 41, 52, and 57. Okay, so I'll go back to the group 2. Okay, because the second one I said was number 10. So I know the 56 and 61 are gone. Okay, the 24 and 29 are gone. So the 65, the 52, and the 57, I believe, are just all that's left. Okay, so I'll go with the 52, the 57, and the 65. And then I'll go back. So I'll see what's left. Okay, so 10, 11. Okay, so I'll go back to this group 2. I'll go to number 11. So it's the 4, the 21, 29, and 50, 68. Okay, so the 4's here, and the 58 and the 68. Okay, so I'll go back. Okay, was it? Oh. Okay, so I'm going to jump up to 13, 14, and 15. Okay, so again, 4's here. Okay, so it's the 1, the 10. Oops. The 1, the 4, the 10, and the 11. Okay, so I'll just make these black real quick. All right, so I'm off to the next one. 14. And you can see it's the 5, the 7 through the 13, and the 34 to the 44. Okay, so there's nothing there. And the 36 and 44. Okay, so I'll just make that black real quick. All right, so off to the next one again. The last one. Okay, the 13 to the 31 and the 34, 35, 44, 52. Okay, so it's the 44, 52. Okay, so that's all the numbers I'm going to pick. And now I'm going to go through and pick my numbers. So again, it's off to the next strategy. Strategy number 7, picking my numbers. Okay, so from the 50-50 picks, I picked odds, high, left, and blue. Okay, so matching all the numbers here that I thought would come up, I came up with 1 blue, 9 orange, 44 blue, 57 red, and 68 green. Okay, so that will give me 4 colors. So I think that 4 will be right here, and we'll see what happens. All right, folks, I appreciate you watching. I'm always looking for people to play my game. Instead of charging a fee to play, I like to charge a commission for using my system. 1% if you get all 5 white balls correct. You can read the fine print there, and if you're interested, email me at trm6776@gmail.com. All right, folks, again, I appreciate you watching, and best of luck with your picks.